Welcome back. There were a number of missions that we were assigned even before we went to Rannoch, and since we're done with Rannoch, it's time to deal with those. Quarian homeworld. It's time to leave it behind. I don't think there's anything you can scan in this system. Pretty certain you can't anyway. Back in the hands of the Quarians, it is, the Quarian homeworld. Let's see, I think most of the stuff we want to do is over here somewhere. Fuel reactors is our first stop. In the Cyone Nebula. And it seems to be in this system, Kiplodon. Who names these things?
I found something.
And there is apparently something you can scan in this system. Hanalei. Early surveyors of Hanalei dismissed its resource potential, saying it had more heat than a planet needs and more argon than a galaxy would buy. As an enormous terrestrial planet buried under a merciless atmosphere of argon, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, Hanalei hosted only small orbital stations that were primarily scientific in nature. The facilities have since been destroyed by the Reapers. Okay. Let's see what we can find. I hate it when they're on the opposite side of the planet, because the scanning movement is so slow. For no justifiable reason. We found Dr. Jalise. Well, we'll have to find out who that is when I next read the war assets terminal. And it seems to be only acid, which makes sense because there is actually a fuel depot here. And let's check on these fuel reactors on Cyone. This garden world's claim to military fame is that it was assaulted repeatedly during the Krogan rebellions, but never occupied by more than token forces. The Asari cut off the Krogan supply line at the Citadel Relay and drove the invaders out. Today, antimatter generators on the surface and in orbital stations provide fuel for military starships throughout Asari's space. The matriarchs defending the planet today have vowed to maintain Cyone's legacy. They pledge it will fall to no enemy, organic or synthetic. Seems to be an Asari world, then. Let's take Javik and Garrus. And my weapons are messed up again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I guess maybe it has something to do with the fact that I had a non-conventional weapon layout in the last mission. Because the last time this happened was after I used the weird virtual gun in the Geth servers. And now it's happened again after I last used the laser targeting gun on Rannoch. So maybe that has something to do with it. It's still a glitch. Should not happen. Well, if I'm right about what's causing it, it shouldn't happen again. Because at least as far as I remember, there's no place where we have an unusual weapon like that again. But anyway, Paladin Tempest, we're back to normal. And Javik somehow lost his mods on the Phalanx. Not that it matters much, because he'll just use the particle rifle anyway. But it's the principle that counts. I have 12 points, apparently. That means I leveled up twice on Rannoch. Somehow. Well, warp ammo is due. Let's see, we can increase health and armor damage by 12.5% and barrier damage by 25%. Or increase damage to lifted targets and increased armor debuffing. Since I myself am not a biotic and therefore do not have an ability to lift targets, I don't think this is that useful for me. So we'll go for the damage evolution. That leaves it with 6 points and 2 abilities left. And I'll go with Sabotage, which you've already seen me use through Tolly. Now I'll be able to use it myself as well. And I can only do the first 3 evolutions, which are Recharge Speed and Radius. Does the multiplayer version of Sabotage have a Radius evolution? Because I can't seem to recall ever hitting more than one enemy at a time with it. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Let's see, Javik has 18 points. And Dark Channel, increase damage or damage armor and barriers. That's kind of a double-edged sword, because this gives you more damage, but it's less applicable in certain situations. I guess this is very useful against Reapers, but not that useful against anything else. I'll go with this one. What's his passive? Last one, squad bonus or squad... Oh, they're both squad bonuses. Squad made shield recharge or squad made power damage, duration and force. And I guess that applies to both biotic and tech powers. I'll take that, because it doesn't specify, so... Lift grenade or slam? Let's see, slam... Oh, that adds a slam to the lift grenade, okay. Damage and radius. For slam we get detonate or force. I think I'll go with force here. Again, because I so rarely get biotic combos, it's not really worth specializing on that. Let's see, Garrus is 14 points. Concussive shot, shatter, or recharge speed. We'll go with recharge speed. Armor piercing ammo. Ammo capacity or headshot damage. I don't think ammo capacity is all that useful for a squad mate. That leaves it with 4 points, so I can either choose to save them or put them in overload. I'll put them in overload and go with damage. Okay.
Shepard, about 72 hours ago, the reactors at a joint Turin-Asari fuel depot went offline. Scans of the station are cold. It's deserted.
What happened to the troop station there?
Unknown, but no fuel means no fleet presence in this theater. The enemy will operate unchecked. I need you to get in there, find out what's going on, and get those reactors back online. Captain Riley's on site doing preliminary recon. She leads one of our top engineering teams.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Admiral.
Good, hack it out.
Commander, Corporal Nyrek reporting. Captain Riley is on point waiting for you.
Okay, well, as with all of the N7 missions. This is, of course, a multiplayer map, namely Firebase Reactor. And this is my least favorite multiplayer map, and I'm not particularly fond of it in the single player either. Main problem with it is that there's so many obstructions. There's almost no place where you can get a clear view of the entire map, or of a large portion of it, which is a problem for snipers, but also a problem for everybody else, because it's very hard to get a clear line of sight for using powers, or even to do a biotic charge or a shadow strike or something like that. And before we talk to Riley, it looks like there is a Rosenkopf Materials chest plate here. There's something else around here, which I usually tend to forget. So let's try and find it before talking to anyone. Medical treatment plan.
A treatment plan for chemical burns. This is pretty detailed.
That's what I was looking for. That is for the chemical burns mission on the Citadel. This is just about the only place for the multiplayer that you can stand that you have a reasonable line of sight if you are playing a sniper on this map. Because you can actually see through there in the multiplayer. I think it will open up here later as well. And you can see across there and on the top level there, but you still have a lot of obstructions. And the problem is if you do stand here, they will spawn over there. You do not block that spawn point by standing here, which kind of is a problem. But that all applies to the multiplayer, not to the single player. Actually, let's... that means I can get ammo, can't I? Yes. Because I get extra ammo when my ammo power is enabled.
How long have you served in this outfit, Corporal?
3 tours. Been through thick and thicker. The captain always sees us through.
Man, that outfit must smell by now then. Badoom.
Stay sharp today.
Always, Commander. It's an honor, Commander. It's an honor, Commander.
I don't know what that green stuff is, but it does not look good.
Confirming. Toxic radiation cutting access to most of the grid. Survival in hotspots, not possible.
Okay, better not go in there then.
Ventilation system is shut down. Might be enough auxiliary power to activate fans on the main floor. Radiation cutting access to most of the grid. Need to ventilate. There should be a control access point for the ventilation system.
If there is, we'll find it.
Confirming. Toxic radiation cutting access to most of the grid. Survival in hotspots, not possible.
We need a radiation workaround, soldier.
On it, ma'am.
Captain Riley is the one we need to talk to. Let's check if there's anything to salvage or anything around here first. One never knows, after all. Doesn't look like it, though.
Captain Riley?
Commander, it's an honor.
Commander, Captain Riley has me scanning the facility. It's a dual reactor system, so you'll have to break up into 2 teams.
Roger that.
The fuel rods for both reactors need to be unlocked before we can initiate a restart. Your route is blocked. Captain Riley's man is working to clear the obstacles.
Understood, Lieutenant. Got it, Captain.
Good work, Coslow.
I'll take it from here.
Okay, so we need to get to the fuel rods, which is going to be difficult considering that that smoke is instantly lethal.
We're facing an unknown enemy here, Captain.
If they're still on site, my team will help send them to hell.
Well, so far every N7 mission has involved Cerberus, so that's kind of what I'm expecting here.
Ready your team to hit Reactor 2, Captain.
Got it. We'll cover you till you're clear. We're locked and loaded, ready to move out. We're locked and loaded, ready to move out.
Well, you can't go down, and the way further seems to be blocked. Maybe we can go around. Or maybe not. Well, there are spare parts to salvage here. This is actually a live display, because you can see Javik just walk to the edge there for no discernible reason. And we can apparently control the crane with this crate. Move it left. I guess that drops it. Yeah. That's kind of pointless.
Directional guidance error.
Can't go any further left.
Team 2 moving out, Commander.
Good luck, Captain. There were 100 Turians stationed here. Now, nothing.
No more waiting. Take the fight to them.
Just stay sharp, people.
I think we need to move another crate. That seems to have done the trick.
I have a visual on the fuel rod control, but radiation is blocking access.
Same situation here. I'll find a way to vent the area.
Let's hope there is a way to vent the area. Well, that's almost too easy.
This looks like ventilation control.
Should do the trick.
Radiation clearing. Console now accessible.
Sector is
Let's unlock those fuel rods.
Those are some very efficient vents. Wait, the fuel rod is on that side. And there's a PDA to examine here.
power is restored. System ready.
Fuel rods unlocked here. Wait a minute.
Commander, Captain, tracking movement in your areas.
Defensive positions. Enemy inbound.
We're ready for them.
Oh, it's Reapers. They've got a barrier engine over there, which I'm trying to hit, but I'm doing a poor job of it. Well, it makes a nice change from Cerberus, I suppose. Well, depending on your definition of nice.
Riley, status.
One casualty, but we're clear here.
Warning. Coolant leaks detected. Reactors 1 and 2. System restart impossible.
I can see it. You'll both have to seal all the moderator tanks.
I see the reactor 2 tanks moving to seal.
Well, I guess we know what to do. Of course, I'm still also looking for salvage and stuff like that. One over there and one down there. Let's do the one downstairs first.
Tank 1 is sealed and stable.
That is so
Seems to be
easy.
working. Only one more to go here.
Why isn't there an automated system that can do that? No salvage. Nope, just ammo boxes. Also useful, I suppose. Come on, there's got to be something to salvage over here. Well, a PDA at least. I don't think we can do that before.
Tank 2 is sealed and stable.
Commander, the core is stabilized. Reactivation can go ahead.
Riley, you in position?
Affirmative. Awaiting your word.
Initiating restart.
Commander, Captain, I'm reading a lot of movement. Headed your way.
Incoming!
In progress.
Kill them all!
They're coming in from above.
got more barrier engines. Which is cheating, if you ask me. Oh, they are coming in from above. They weren't just saying that. Which makes sense, I suppose. Oh! Let's go back to my hiding spot. See, this is what I mean. I can't get a good angle on anyone. You know, I've played all 3 games. Why do you still think it's necessary to tell me that I can't use powers during cooldown? I had the memory of a goldfish, maybe.
Position indefensible. We're not gonna make it.
Okay, I guess we're gonna send help.
Hold tight. One of my people is coming.
Roger that.
Garrus?
I'm counting on you. On my way.
Oh, great. Oh, there's another barrier engine as well somewhere. Because otherwise a brute would not have a barrier. Seems to be up there. Hiding in the corner there?
You're clear for the moment, Commander. Can't raise Captain Riley.
What about Garrus?
Nothing, Commander. No one's answering my hails. But I'm tracking some movement toward the pickup point. Finalize the restart, then we can rendezvous there.
Will do.
Okay, final restart. See, now this central area opened up. In the multiplayer it's always open.
Restart is complete.
Reactor fully powered and operational, Commander.
This is not dangerous, by the way. I was kind of expecting there to be more resistance on the way here, but apparently not. Oh good, Riley made it.
Commander, you saved our asses. My team is in your debt.
Thank Garrus. She did.
Good work, Garrus. If you don't send someone to help Riley, she will die. But it does make your fight a little bit easier, because you'll have both squad mates. And I think we're done here. We got everything, as far as I know.
Job well done. Report back to the shuttles.
Well, that wasn't so bad. Nice and quick.
Good work down there, Shepard. Without that depot, the entire theater would be at risk.
What are the odds the Reapers will be back?
I'm allocating a task force to maintain and defend the facility. If the Reapers come back, we'll be ready. I read Captain Riley's report. It says she and her team wouldn't have made it without you.
I'm glad I could help.
I'll keep you posted on new developments. Hack it out.
Okay. Let's see what that did for our war assets. Dr. Jalise is actually one we found while scanning, Dr. Jalise, the Asari scientist found on a research station in the Cillian Nebula, was working on a paper that argued nanocircuitry could solve complex behavioral problems in commercial VIs. The Doctor's theoretical work seems to be supported by data in the Crucible's blueprints. She now heads the department building the weapons circuit boards. Okay, I guess that's a useful thing. We also got advanced starship fuel. Helium-3 is used to power the vast majority of commercial starships. Chemical engineers on Cyone added experimental mixtures of compounds to the gas to make a more efficient fuel for ships traveling long distances. One of their new formulas is used in ships transporting major loads of material to the Crucible, speeding up the building process. Okay, so that's one of the things we got from this mission. And there's something... Oh, this is an update on the Geth Corps. Geth Corps, I keep pronouncing that wrong. Commander Shepard's interview with Diana Allers about the Geth emphasized their value as strong military allies. The Council reluctantly sent the Geth shipments of rare materials to upgrade ground units. Good for them. Wait, I have exactly 7,000 total military strength. That is kind of impressive. Nobody to talk to in the war room anymore. Now, it is quite rare that anybody has anything to say after an N7 mission. They're not even saying Commander. That's kind of weird.
Commander?
Only Steve tends to say anything after missions like this, but it would be prudent to check. And I think there might be some things going on in engineering with Tali, since we only just got her.
Commander?
What are you thinking about, Edie?
The holographic theory of existence posits we are just two-dimensional information painted on the cosmological horizon. However, the holographic consciousness I recognize as myself is only able to perceive matter and energy. Thus, I am able to theorize the true nature of existence but never experience it. Possibly even the Reapers are limited this way.
Okay. Bad question.
Okay, never ask a machine what's on your mind, basically. Seems to be the lesson we learned here. Wait, is that the only thing she has to say? Probably, but...
Hello, Shepard.
Yes. Usually they have only one thing to say, but you never know. Ashley, back up from the floor, it seems.
A little busy right now. A little busy right now.
Well, at least you're not drinking.
A pleasure to see you.
Perhaps we can talk later.
As I expected, most of the squad has nothing to say.
Maybe later.
I'll leave you to your calibrations then. I assume that's what he's doing. Because he never does anything else. Except, you know, kill bad guys.
Commander?
Nothing going on here.
Do you ever feel awkward, being the only Turian on the ship?
I don't know. Should I?
I just mean not having anyone else like you around.
Doesn't seem to bother Liara.
But she can eat their food.
These conversations between Tali and Garrus, they play out kind of differently if you're not romancing either of them. If you're romancing either Tali or Garrus, it will stay friendly banter. But if you're not, it takes on a more flirting nature later on. Wait, where the hell did Ken and Gabby go? They're in the subdeck stairwell. Maybe some maintenance that needs to be done there. Also, of course, these conversations with Tali and Garrus fall under the stuff that was broken if Kaidan was your Vermeer survivor. Although that has been fixed with the extended cut, so now, regardless of whether Ashley or Kaidan are alive, you will be able to see all the stuff that goes on in engineering. Additionally, Tali has a habit of being elsewhere after the major missions that we still have left. So if you did these 3 missions before Rannoch, you don't really get an awful lot of chances to see Tali in engineering, and therefore will probably miss most of her dialogue here. Although, of course, the Leviathan DLC adds a couple of new missions that give you that opportunity, assuming you do them after you do Rannoch, which is not required. But it's just one of the many things that make it difficult to actually see everything in this game, because there's so much going on, and if you do things in slightly the wrong order, you might miss a lot of it. And I'm certainly not guaranteeing that I'm getting everything. I mean, there are certain things I can't get, like Kaidan's content or Dr. Michelle's content, because I don't have them on board.
Good to see you.
Commander.
I want to see what Ken and Gabby are up to.
Oh, hello, Commander.
We were just double-checking the thermal ducts.
I'm sure you were. Carry on.
I see our little speech last time had some impact here.
Shepard.
Commander?
They're both just playing dumb.
Do you think Shepard noticed?
I'm sure he didn't.
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be! Come on. I'm happy for you. You two totally deserve to get together.
Many are asking what I eat. They will never know. It is harder to be poisoned that way. Is it true you keep fish in your cabin, Commander?
If those two questions, or those two remarks, the first one was the question, I guess, are related, then I think my fish need to fear for their life. Well, better the fish than the hamster, I guess.
The crew seems to enjoy staring at me. Commander.
They do? Who? Exactly.
Sounded like quite an ordeal getting that Turian reactor up and running.
I've been through worse.
Well, glad you were able to get some help from Captain Riley's team. Sometimes I forget we aren't all alone in this war.
And, as usual, Cortez is the only one who comments on the N7 mission.
Good to see you, Commander.
Do you hear that hum? Is that just me?
Okay. That takes care of that. There are 2 more missions that we got before Rannoch. And the next one I want to do is RA, or RA, I'm not sure. Or RE, or I really don't know. Ex-Cerberus scientists. A group of top-level scientists have cut ties with Cerberus and are fleeing their former employer. Rescue the scientists before Cerberus can find them. Let's go and do that. Although I guess first we're going to scan the Cyone Nebula, which has quite a few systems. Wreckage. The Asari once had enormous solar collectors around the bluish-white A0V star Loropi, using the star's considerable heat to create anti-protons for military starship fuel. Now all that can be detected is scrap. Reapers emerged from dark space near the Cyone Nebula cluster and established a front in Loropi's system. The Asari fleet that guarded what used to be known as a Spoda station cannot be found. It is scattered and destroyed. One can only hope that the backup reactors in the Kiplodon system do not fall, or the Asari fleet will have precious little fuel. Well, we just did that, so...
Signal confirmed.
There's nothing at the wreckage, but there's something near the wreckage. Which is just a fuel depot. I have a feeling it's going to be there. It is, and there's a Reaper on my tail. Ysilium is a minor rock planet that has not quite cleared the ring of debris at the edge of Loropi's orbits. It is believed to be an extrasolar capture. For several centuries, Ysilium supported a succession of mining colonies. First iridium, then titanium, and finally light metals like bauxite and alumina. The planet was abandoned long before the Reaper invasion. Alumina is aluminum oxide, I think. Let's see what we can find then. The Armali Sniper Unit.
Reapers eluded.
Next up, Nahuala. Or Nahuala, I'm not sure. Again, as usual.
I found something.
And another fuel depot. Hietiana serves as a bastion of research for the Asari, boasting multiple observation outposts, glacial drilling stations, and educational institutions. While the planet's average temperature hovers near freezing, the equatorial band contains oceans and many freshwater rivers. Xenobiologists of all stripes often visited the planet, as its expansive facilities were a haven for the life sciences. The Reapers destroyed Hietania's spaceports and its uniformed defense forces. As with other Asari planets, the Reapers forced the heavily biotic population into surrender through threats of massive retaliation rather than assault by husks alone. Okay. I guess husks aren't effective against biotics, which we well know. And we found the Ceres Guard.
Faster than light jump successful.
2 more systems. Fontus is next. Or Fonts. Again, I do not know how to pronounce any of this.
Signal confirmed.
Oh, 2 things. Alton. The first mission to Alton, the Kuna's moon, was a century in the making. Elcor leaders felt resources for space travel could be better used on their homeworld, and it took decades of persuasion to secure project funding. Kuna is the Elcor homeworld. Archaic harvesting stations that recovered helium-3 from the moon's regolith were still functioning when the Reapers invaded, and the Elcor stationed there were able to flee the system. Okay, it's quite far away for a moon. Further than ours, anyway. And apparently the Elcor flotilla was hiding there. The Kuna itself, the Elcor homeworld, the Kuna, overflows with natural resources protected by law, from large deposits of precious metals to vast forests. The Elcor themselves live in rich grasslands near the equator. The majority of the Kuna settlements are tucked within this belt, as the conservative Elcor feel little desire to build outside their comfort zone. Their twin capitals are for migrations from the wet season to the dry season, a tradition made obsolete by modern technology but still observed. After the destruction of the Elcor navy, Reapers moved in their ground troops to occupy the cities. This has taken longer than most civilized worlds, as the Elcor have spread out in smaller, distant settlements, reflecting their preference for close-knit family communities instead of densely packed cities. Weren't we looking for something on the Kuna? For an Elcor outside Purgatory, I think? Yes, the Code of the Ancients. Well, we found it now. And there is still a fuel depot here somewhere. Oh, and that was lucky.
Evasion successful.
Because we're gonna need the fuel.
Reapers eluded.
Because the last system seems to be rather far away.
I found something.
Nevos, first discovered by Asari pioneers in 430 CE, Nevos is a vibrant garden planet and home to a thriving Asari colony. Sandy beaches and romantic twin moons fuel a bustling tourism economy, while practical and secretive corporate matters are handled in spiraling arcologies built along towering cliffs. Even though it has been colonized for centuries, Nevos feels a frontier away from regulation and oversight. Consequently, a number of influential political lobbies have established sizable presences on the planet. Okay. No word about what the Reapers have done here. I'm assuming they're not leaving it alone. And we found the Rings of Elune. That's something else we were looking for. Oh, 33%. That means there are two more things here. One probably fuel depot, and the other is on Corizia. A typical hydrogen-helium gas giant, Corizia serves as a naval resource for fuel gathering and magnetic field discharge. The planet is surrounded by a band of 7 large moons that form the necklace, a reference to a legendary jewel owned by the ancient Asari queen for which Corizia was named. Corizia's orbit places it within the system's frost line, where gas giants do not usually form. For this reason, the planet is believed to be an extrasolar capture. The alternative, that its orbit is decaying, is a horrifying prospect to the tourism and immigration boards of Nevos, since they would be in the gas giant's eventual path. That would be a problem, I suppose. Oh, that's nicely close by. And it's just credits. Well, that's never a bad thing. I like it when I find things like this quickly.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, back to the mass relay system, and that is it for the Cylian Nebula. Too bad the Kuna isn't one of the homeworlds we actually got to visit. Would be interesting to see what the Elcor homeworld is like. Let's see. Let's go find those ex-Cerberus scientists that Trainer warned us about.